Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play The Binding of Isaac Rebirth. I'm Nye. We're gonna do an Isaac run. I just feel like doing it. Slow. Okay, well. Very, very slow. Okay. Well. I might have to... Great. We might have to actually, figure something out then, because there's no real good reason for Isaac to be this slow. I've never figured out what makes it do this. Like this. There's a specific thing that I know that will make the game slow, but I don't know about this, so hold on. Okay. Better? Not even a little bit. Fun. Oh, right, there we go. That's why. Because recording things. I was recording something else, another series, and apparently left it on that recording mode, the recording mode that I used for the other series. Isaac doesn't like that. It just makes things run slowly. Yeah, just leave that right there. That's perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it. So didn't really have a topic for today's recording. So what I decided to do is just open up Wikipedia and see what random articles they had, and it was reminded of something I did want to talk about. So, I don't know about you guys, but I actually do have heroes. I don't know if you guys are kind of the same way, and that you, oh, that's so good. I don't know if you guys feel like there are really good heroes in this world, but I do. Like, I believe that there are people who, by dint of existing, basically, they make the world better in some way, shape, or form. And this, I'm not talking about just, like, people who save lives. Like, there was this guy, I was reading, I think the term is schmaltz. I was reading a bunch of websites that were basically just telling feel-good stories. And there's nothing wrong with a feel-good story, especially if, you know, like, it should be a feel-good story. So the example in this case, there was I believe a captain in the military, United States military, who was coming home from something or other. He was driving home, thinking he went out to get groceries or something like that, and he happened to notice that there was a car accident that had occurred. One car was on fire, and there were people inside of it. And so, without even thinking about it, and keep in mind, this guy is not dressed in, like, you know, any outfit that would withstand the heat of fire or withstand glass or anything like that. This man's just, he's in a t-shirt. He goes up, quickly opens one of the cars, drags a person out of it, drags them all the way away. This is before, as far as I saw from the video, because I watched a video of this. This is not me, like, I didn't read, like, a news article or something. I saw the video that showed this happening. And this was before the, like, fire department had gotten there. Pulls the first person out, notices that there's a second person, gets help from another gentleman, almost pulls the door off, because they could get the door open is what the video looks like. So he almost pulls the door off the freaking car, gets a second person out. And what was really remarkable about this, apart from just we have, like, the ultimate badass doing good for people, is he was also wearing a Captain America shirt at the time. So the running statement is, Captain America needs to lend this man his shield, because he's doing a better job than the Captain himself. Which, I just thought that was awesome. And so, like, there's a certain level of hero there. You know, not even a certain level. This guy is a goddamn superhero. That is what he is. You can't, like, there's no... He is like, that's what he is. And he was very humble about it, too. They had an interview with him where, you know, they were asking him questions and things like that, and this guy was, like, the most humble dude. You know, just, he was there, he was in the right place at the right time, and that's all there was to it. So, really supremely awesome individual, yeah, I'm sure he touched a lot of people's lives that day, not only by saving the lives of several people, well, two, but also their families and all that. So, I mean, there's a certain level of hero. But there's also the heroes that, you know, they do something, like, these are the guys we hear every day, these are the celebrities. And, you know, for one example, because it's been a while, and I believe I talked about this way back when it happened, but, you know, Robin Williams was one of my personal heroes. I loved the man. I loved everything he did. I grew up watching all of his stuff. So it was definitely a blow to me, kind of on a personal level, when he died. And also, you know, he committed suicide. My dad committed suicide. There were some parallels there. So it was definitely a blow. And recently, the actor Christopher Lee died. And Christopher Lee was really supremely just amazing individual. Go read about his life. They have details about just the stuff that he did. Like, the man was a goddamn legend. And if you're a nerd of any manner, he was, like, the ultimate hero to all nerds. Not only a man who could fence, he was literally like a secret agent. James Bond villain, he was in Lord of the Rings, he was in Star Wars, he had his own metal band at the age of, like, 80. Like, just big. The dude was absolutely awesome in a lot of ways. And so to hear that, you know, an individual such as Christopher Lee has passed away, kind of in the wake of a couple of other of my personal heroes, such as Terry Pratchett, it's made this year really suck. I mean, there's so many awesome things that are happening this year, from amazing games coming out. You know, we have some cool stuff happening around the world, lots of new stuff happening in my life, things like that. Ipecac. Why not? Oh, God. But yeah, this has been like a banner year in many ways, and then we get to news like, I'm sorry, Christopher Lee and Terry Pratchett, who make some of my favorite movies and favorite books, are just suddenly shuffled the mortal coil. They're just gone, just away. And it's really just one of those things, like, it's not something I'm going to get over anytime soon. I mean, not in a, like, it's one of those things that does touch you, you know? You end up getting used to the fact that your heroes are around, and especially heroes who you've had for years and years and years, and then eventually, and then they're just gone. And in a very real way, it kind of, especially for people who have been around since you were, you know, a kid, in a very real way, that kind of changes a lot of things. Like, there's always the whole, you know, statement about mortality, and, you know, people are suddenly learning that, oh my God, I could die. It's got nothing to do with that. Mortality is a thing, to be sure, but that has nothing to do with really why these couple of deaths, you know, hurt me so hard. And when I say hurt, like, it's, you know, this wasn't like a family member died. This was definitely and suddenly the world was a little less bright this day. You know, in the case of especially these two gentlemen, there was some very bad times in my life when the works of these two gentlemen were a way for me to kind of escape. I very much, I very much value their works, that which they have done for me, and again, kind of in terms of keeping me sane. You know, they did some great work. I mean, it was not unnoticed. Yeah, we're just gonna take both of those. You know, Christopher Lee was knighted, so was Terry Pratchett, so it's not like I'm the only person who saw that these gentlemen were complete and total badasses. There was a lot of really good stuff that happened because of the two of them. And it's just definitely, it's one of those things that you just look and you go, man, life sucks just a little bit more now. I think, I mean, there's been statements about stuff like, you know, when the Far Side and when Calvin and Hobbes stopped printing the same year, that was the year The Laughter died. Which, I don't know if I'd necessarily go that far, but those were definitely two comics that were big when I grew up. I definitely grew up reading them. So it's stuff like that. It's, you know, this staple, this thing that is so big in your life is suddenly no longer extant. You no longer have it. It's just not there. And it just, it does affect you in a little way. You all of a sudden are thinking about, well, what now? What are we? How do I proceed from here with that knowledge that I no longer have that in my life? It's really a shame. I mean, yeah, people die, things happen. I mean, there's an entire section of your local newspaper that talks just about people dying. So it's not as if, this is, oh my god, I should not pick that up. It's not as if this is oh my god news, right? Like, it's not news that people die. You're not, it's not, this is not something special. This is not something that just happened recently. But it's one of those things that just kind of has to impact you kind of on a personal level. Even just a personal level, one step removed, like we're talking about with these two men, for you to really think about it. Because most people, we don't want to think about this. We do not want to think about the fact that our heroes are mortal, that they can die. We don't want to think about the fact. I'm just gonna. What I'm gonna do is right now I'm gonna go ahead and just use Judas' Shadow, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to get back in here. Just period. So we're just gonna use Judas' Shadow here. It's gonna pop us into here. Balls of Steel there. That's actually a health up. Nice. Not sure if I'm going to use it. We're going to see. Got a definitely very good run going on here. But yeah, it takes a certain level of contact, but it's also, I think there's also the whole, it is very, very much a hero of yours that is no longer there. We're not just talking about, Joe Schmo happened to die and you knew that this man was a person who existed. That's sad enough. I mean, people die every day. It's definitely a sad thing when it happens, because there were, we can pretty much say, probably conclusively, that there was someone who cared. I personally, I don't know anybody who I would not, be a little bit saddened if I learned that they died. Even people who I'm not the hugest fans of. I'm not going to say that I would not be a little bit upset if they were to pass away, because I know that, there's them, they probably have family members who care, friends, coworkers, and, it's sad when a human is no longer on this earth. That's not what I'm talking about, though. That's not... I'm talking about people who actually made an impact on your life. It's one of the things you always hear. Like, it's that old, it's the very cliche thing, but, the way to immortality is to make sure that as you pass away, that your name is still on the lips of people for a long time. As long as you're remembered, you're never truly dead, all of that stuff. It's cliche, definitely. But it also holds a definite ring of truth. There's going to be people for generations, I'm certain, because I'll be telling people about them. There's going to be people for generations talking about the Discworld novels. Like, those aren't just going to go away. There are plenty of people who are already mourning the loss of Terry Pratchett. There are honorifics going on. There's authors who probably would not exist to this day were it not for Sir Terry and all that he has done for the literary arts. And there's going to be actors who literally would not be who they are and where they are today if it were not for, Christopher Lee existing. Now, it's very distinctly a statement that, somebody might not be amazingly interested in, say, the Star Wars character that the man played, but that doesn't make it any less of an interesting actor with everything else that he did. And for those of us who are the ultimate nerds, even if you didn't like his character, it's really cool that, oh my god, Christopher Lee was in Star Wars. Who knows what Disney will do to it, but at the very least, you can tell yourself Christopher Lee was in Star Wars. So, just thoughts that I wanted to share. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but, that was that was a thing that I didn't enjoy reading. And it's also, whenever I hear these stories, I'm always 1 or 2 steps removed from the story when I hear it. So it's usually been a day or two, and I'm reading it like the Christopher Lee thing, I just so happened to be reading on a website. I think probably one of those same feel-good websites or something like that. Someone would have linked me. And I saw out of the corner of my eye that one of the related articles was saying something like, the 15 best facts you didn't know about Christopher Lee. And I was like, huh, okay, someone decided to do some research. And, oh god, no. That's why they're saying that, oh. It was something like that. So, a little bit unpleasant. Not my favorite day of all my days. It was just, it's not fun to learn that news. Your idol, someone you really, you might never meet that person, because I was certainly probably never going to meet Christopher Lee, but there was always those cool moments, like when Christopher Lee was a big metal fan, and I'll be honest, I'm not this huge metal guy. It's not the type of music that I like to listen to, honestly. I've tried, I really have, on multiple occasions, I have tried to like metal. Generally I don't. But there's the occasional group or album that gets my attention. And the one in question here is Rhapsody of Fire, formerly known as Just Rhapsody. Really awesome group that I've appreciated for quite a long time now. And they've done a lot of cool songs I've liked. And one of the things I loved hearing was one day I was listening to one of their albums that I had just gotten, and lo and behold, I was like, wait, am I hearing Christopher Lee on Rhapsody? And yes, it was. It was actually him. I don't think I want the cards. We're going to go ahead and re-roll as soon as I have a chance. It turns out he was a fan, too, because he was Italian, and Rhapsody is also an Italian band. He's a huge metal fan. They're a metal they're a metal recording group. And apparently, I don't know if they called to him or he called to them, but in some way... in some way, he ended up doing some recordings for one of their albums, which is so spectacularly cool. And it's one of those big things, like, fans get to know, oh, that was Christopher Lee. He was involved in that. Just so freaking cool. Let's go ahead and reroll this. Okay. Sack of pennies. I have too much health to go into that boss trap room down there. Wouldn't mind getting a little bit of, shot speed up or something, just so my, my bombs get there a little bit faster. This is a little bit ridiculous. I really want to go to that boss trap room. How am I going to con my way into that boss trap room? Yeah, just one of those things I was thinking of. One of those random thoughts. Seriously, though, I really have built up a enjoyment of looking up just the random schmaltz. Like, the random feel-good stories. Because, there's a lot of crappy things that happen in the world on a daily basis. All of us know it. We all hear the, there's been a flood, or there's been an earthquake, or there's a, typhoid fever, or, some not good thing occurs. And, we all hear the stories, and we know they're happening, and it's generally a bad day. It's fun to be able to get the good stories, to hear the good things. And, if you need a pick-me-up, or, just if, you just are interested in reading, you can find a website that has tons of just good stuff. The type of stuff that, you see a lot of responses like, this restores my faith in humanity. And I'm not big into that statement. Personally, I don't have any problem with my faith in humanity, but I know some people do. Sure. And I wouldn't say that there's, any restoration needed, but let's say if you did, these are the types of places that you would go to find it. These are the people who, this is the mom who rescued the puppies that were, being crushed under a semi, you know, stuff like that. I definitely recommend every so often just looking up one of those websites just so you can have that experience. We're definitely going to go squeezy here, not experimental treatment. Let's keep on exploring. Not a huge fan of these floors. This is the second floor where we've come in with enough money to have ourselves a arcade that we didn't actually get one. Not a huge fan. Technically, I could have turned this into a speedrun, but didn't feel any necessary or any need to. Would you? Right? No. Right there. Thank you. Anything interesting? Not really. Okay, so unless I want to deal some massive damage to myself, there's not going to be any boss trap room on this floor, which I'm not hugely upset with. You know, there's not really much that could give me that I'd be amazingly interested in the first place, so I'm not too worried. Let's see if we can get something decent out of our shop real quick. No, I like the damage. I'll take battery. Sure. Which will allow me to roll that. And we will take Mom's purse. Really good room. And that worked out pretty quick. Pretty good. Unfortunately, that is going to make it so Sharp Plug doesn't work. So if we see Sharp Plug, there's no point picking it up. Because Sharp Plug will not have any way of actually doing anything, because we're always going to be at least one tick, like you see right now. And Sharp Plug only works if your spacebar item is empty. However, that did allow us to pick up Paperclip as well as the Curved Horn, which may very well be the best possible combination of trinkets ever. I don't know if I'd necessarily like hold myself to that, but it's a really good combination of items. Now we should be pretty satisfied with the amount of okay, why are you not dead? With the amount of damage that we do a pretty astronomical amount of damage right now. So it's pretty good stuff. Let's go ahead and just blow all that up. Yeah, we do a pretty good amount of damage. That's not to say that I wouldn't, like, let's say... I would probably go for a, Brimstone if the game offered it to me. But I'm not going to be upset if it doesn't. Because we have both Flying and Ipecac, I can kind of go to safe places at all times and use it. I'm not going to be too upset if we don't get Guppy. It's not entirely needed. Definitely would be appreciated, but with the mulligan, we're doing pretty good for flies anyways. Emperor, not interested. I don't have to worry too much about damage being dealt to me Red Heart-wise. Definitely don't have to worry too much about that damage. Where is this guy? There you go. Just gonna gradually see if I can lob some shots in here. Would you blow up, please? Thank you. And you? I'm just trying to see if we can find some interesting anything. Generally, when we have a D6 run, when I'm playing as Isaac, the entire point is to custom build that run. And we've had a lot of random runs recently where I've been playing some other characters. Can you? Thank you. So I'm mostly doing this just for a little bit of variety. Please. Thank you. That was close. God, our bombs do not want to intersect any of these walls. It's annoying. So kind of the best thing we could possibly get right now would probably be Pyro, I'd say. Because that would just make me invincible, effectively. Don't actually need the matchstick because I have unlimited bombs. Please and thank you. Just not do that. Blow you up. Don't take damage. Shop is viable. Has been for a couple of rooms now, but worth noting now. Nothing interesting in here. There's our item room. There's really not much that the game could give me that I would not be okay with, except for basically... Oh my god. basically Epic Fetus is kind of the only thing I would not be cool with at this point. So, we do have Bomb Blasts. Unfortunately, it's not helping us very much right now. But bombs can, now send out more bombs. Case in point. That was dangerous. Let's see, we definitely are not interested in the stopwatch or the broken watch, but we will definitely take Mom's coin purse. Balls of Steel. Luck up. Tears up. Luck up. What was this again? I Can See Forever. We have some amazing pills. I would not be at all against going pill bag if it shows up. Like, we have an amazing set of pills right now. Don't ask me why I'm picking up bombs. I don't care. I don't know. Like, when life gives you lemons, you pick them up at the very least, and then you see if you actually want them. But at the very least, when life is giving you shit, you accept it, because you never know when life's going to take something away later on, and at least you want to say, no, life gave me something. I'm going to go ahead and take the Jesus Juice for damage and range up. You're offering me Goat Head, which, not the most amazing item I could have taken, but it's at least going to guarantee me 2 deals the devil, so that's not bad. And there's also no guarantee that that would have still been there when I left here to go get that reroll back there. So it still ended up being pretty good. Let's go ahead and pick this up. Was there anything else I want to do on this floor? I don't think so. I think we're doing pretty good here. I'm going to hold off on this health up until at least we've explored most of the next floor, just in case there's like a boss trap room or something. Yep. Learn to dodge. Wasn't that something that was in, like, what was the name of that game? Gauntlet? Something like that? Learn to... It was something like that, wasn't it? Like, learn to dodge, or, you know, some cheeky statement when you were getting hit by something. I don't know. See, I remember this being a thing, but I can't remember if... Like, I don't know if this is my memory playing tricks on me, which it has want to do, or if this is just a thing that existed. I never know. Did your memory ever play tricks on you? Like, man, I totally remember that guy. No, you don't. You're lying. You never met this gentleman before in your life. You're going up and hugging a complete stranger, and you're making a fool of yourself. It's definitely a thing that happens. Speaking of stuff your memory does, have you guys ever had, like, the song that you know you've heard, and you know like half the lyrics, but you don't know the rest of them, and you kind of like, it gets stuck in your head until you figure out what that song was? I used to have that happen to me all the time, and it was the most annoying shit in the world. Because it wasn't just songs, it was multiple things. Could be movie lines, things like that, and I could just not get it out of my head until I went and hunted down what it was actually supposed to be. And this could be hard, because sometimes I'd have to figure out where it came from. Like, it might be like this rogue line from The Parent Trap. You know, your brain is like doing some filing and such, and it's like, oh wait, someone actually spilled some whiteout on this, I can't remember what it was, and I need you to figure this out, because this could be vitally important to the nation. It's the itsy bitsy spider. Okay, what's the second word again? Bitsy. Oh, okay. We're good. Go about your daily business. Did you really have to play that in my head for the last 15 hours? Yeah. It could have been a secret agent code or something. Like, that's exactly what it ends up feeling like. And it's terrible. Luckily, it doesn't happen very much anymore, because most of the stuff that I like to listen to, you know, I have it on, you know, my iPod or something like that, or, well, my phone, because I don't have an iPod, but, you know, like, I'm listening to it on my phone or something like that, so it's, you know, it's at hand if ever I need it. But it used to not be that way, especially when I was a little kid, and, like, I would watch a movie or something, and, sure. Just for you, Judgment. I have so many ways to get health right now. I have no problem playing you. Whoop. Nice. We'll be back. I promise. We'll be back. But yeah, it was really bad as a kid because there would be things that like I could not remember. And this was before the internet was a huge thing, so I didn't even have the internet as a way to look things up. This got really bad a number of years ago when I was looking for there's a specific anime that I saw as a kid. Apparently the name of this thing is Eyes of Mars. It was a as far as I've been told by people who know what I'm talking about, it was some sort of... No. Also no. It was some sort of Japanese environmental... Like, Japanese government funded environmental video. The entire storyline was, apparently, that there was, like... Mars had gotten super polluted, and... the Martian people who are our ancestors ended up, making a spacecraft that, was gonna lift off and take them all away, but it was made too big and eventually killed everybody, and, you know, one little girl who was some sort of prophet, something like that, a witch who had powers, was gonna try to save them, and eventually ushered all of their spirits to Earth to restart, all that kind of nonsense. I had seen this as a little kid and had never figured out what it was, and it wasn't until years later, you know, trying to think what was that, that I figured out what it was. I think it was like on HBO or something when I was like 6 in the middle of the night, and my cousin and I watched it, and it was just one of those supremely weird things. Like, I just couldn't for the life of me remember what it was, and apparently it was important enough to me that I would have to remember it. Never been able to see it again. I figured out what it was a couple of years ago when some amazing internet patron knew exactly what I was talking about, gave me the name, but I've never been able to find it. Apparently it was VHS only, it never showed up again. Apparently it's very badly done. I'm trying to decide, what do I want to re-roll? I think we're gonna... I kinda want to re-roll that Roid Rage, but at the same time, I'd rather save my re-roll for the deal with the devil that we're gonna get. So we're gonna go ahead and just take the Roid Rage. Which, that range up is worrying me a little bit, but our range wasn't amazing in the first place, so hopefully it won't be too bad. What's really driving me nuts is there was this, when I was really young, like I was probably 8 or 9 or something like that, my parents bought my cousin some sort of music video, something or other, and I remember seeing it as a kid, and I've always wondered what it was. All I know about it, all that I understand about it, is that it was some sort of, like, robots flying through tunnels, computer-generated something, and there was, I don't even know, there was something else about it, I don't know, I never figured out what it was. And the problem is, I don't know enough details about that one to actually be able to figure out what that music video thing was. Or maybe it was an animation, maybe it was something like that. I'm not sure. What I've told you is all I know about this. But it was one of those things that it's something I would really like to figure out what it was, because it's one of those things I've been thinking about off and on for years. Never been able to figure out what it was. And it's not like the hugest deal. It's not like some like, oh god, without knowing this, I'll go nuts. But it's one of those just irritating things. Every so often you try to remember, what was that one thing? Thankfully, as I said, most of the stuff that I used to know, you know, my family never really throws away anything. So most of this stuff, it's probably around the house. But there's these things that we didn't own. So, for example, you know, Eyes of Mars, which I saw on, which, as I said, I saw it on, it was probably on, like, HBO or something like that. Some channel kind of like that. You know, that was not something that I could have, that was not something that I could have owned, because it was something that I saw on TV. Whatever it is that I saw my cousin get, it was something that we gave to him for, like, Christmas or his birthday or something like that. So it was not something that I could have, you know, held on to. Just one of those things that'll drive me slowly nuts over the course of years. I was really hoping this room would be better than that. Maybe one day I'll gain access to time travel, and I will just go back in time to when I was a little kid and see if I can hunt these things down. Or maybe we'll get access to, we'll find some way that we'll be able to access our memories via computer, and I'll just be able to go watch it. Would that be a good idea, do you think? Is that something that we should aspire to? To somehow hook our brains up to a computer and go and relive our memories from the first-person perspective like that? I can't help but think it might be a bad idea. Like, people... You know, there's the idea of nostalgia, that things from the past are better than they are now because of rose-colored glasses. I can't help but worry that if we had the ability to go back and look at some of this stuff, we'd realize just how suck they actually are. I know there's the nostalgia critic. That's his entire MO. His entire thing is to go back at this old stuff that everybody's like, wow, you know, that was a thing that I actually enjoyed back in the day, and go, no, you didn't. This was terrible back in the day. You just don't remember. Let me show it to you. I'm sure there's other stuff like that that I'm just not thinking of. Just stuff that, you know, you sit there and you're going, man, this was the shit. No, it was shit. And I remember watching, must have been like Cartoon Network or something, and there were some really odd television shows. And I remember there was the Starship Troopers, the television show made for kids because the movie totally was. Following the Roughnecks and their battle against the bugs. And thinking back on it, the animation of that show was pretty terrible. I mean, it was okay for back then, for that time, you know, basically in animation history, but nowadays, like, that's pretty bad. There was also, I remember just before that show came on, there was some other show that was like kind of like Mummies Alive or something. It was a bunch of mummies who showed up kind of like Power Ranger style superheroes, and they were helping these kids, and there was some, you know, evil mummy thing they had to deal with, something like that. I can barely even remember. It's been so long. But it's kind of one of those things that, man, I would love to go back and, you know, just see some of the stuff again. And with the magical power of the internet, like, I'm sure that I could. I'm sure that if I wanted to, I could go look up this stuff. But I think that I would probably see that it's probably as bad as I think it is. And that's probably just not going to end well. Maybe I should leave the rose-colored glasses on. You never know. Maybe it would be a good idea to go back and look. Maybe it would be a good idea. Did I just one-shot the Blast Assist boss? I think I did. I'm going to go ahead and do this, because even though it's probably a bad idea, our range still isn't terrible. You're going to give me... Okay, so you're going to give me Lump of Coal, which I'm completely okay with. Was there any... Unfortunately, I did pick up the bomb bag, unfortunately. I'm just going to leave. I wonder what the evolutionary point of nostalgia is. You know, let's assume that the things that we do, the things that we live with, things that we think, base concepts, obviously, not, not, man, I really should go buy an iPod. You know, the base concepts of, man, I should really go own something that I don't already have. You know, let's assume that, as one might expect, those are actually... They did mean something. Like, there's a point to them. I'm gonna waste some hearts here because I'm not at all worried about dying right now. Yeah, let's assume they have some point to them. What is the evolutionary point to, why not? What's the point to nostalgia? What does it do for you? Like, in what way does nostalgia help us as human beings? I honestly can't think of anything. Like, it's not... Is it just a callback to that which you had previously? And a statement of, this was better back then, you should keep doing the things that you used to do? You know, learn as a kid that, you know, I guess you're a child or something, and you learn that you hunt buffalo by stabbing them in the heart. And so when you get older, some young buck, some idiot decides that no, you stab them in the shoulder. What did I say originally? I think I said heart, right? You stab them in the shoulder. And so you know, have, sure. Am I Guppy? I think I'm Guppy. And then all of a sudden, you know, you get the idea that, wait, no, he's wrong. That doesn't make any sense. I wonder if that's what the evolutionary point of that is. That it's to make it so you realize that, no, this guy's a dumbass. I wonder. Also, this room's going to be really awesome. Let's get some more keys and we'll come back to it. I think we're Guppy. I'm having a hard time telling, but I think I see the ears. Not as if it really matters at this point, because every benefit from Guppy we already have. That was wonderful. That was brilliant. We have all the benefits Guppy could give us, but, you know, gaining more flies is always awesome. And in fact, I don't think we're Guppy, because I've noticed that we're not producing extra flies. So I think we're seeing something else. I just can't tell exactly what. What's in here? Sure. I don't know, maybe it's something else. Maybe it's just one of those things that it didn't have an evolutionary point. It didn't come from evolution. This is just one of those weird things our brains do because of some crossed wires. It could be. Our brains are weird places, man. Weird things go on in our heads. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do a reroll in here right now, just because we have one. Let's go ahead and reroll. Infestation shot is amazing. Ball of Tar's okay, and I don't know how I feel about Demon Baby. We don't actually need keys because we do have Paperclip, and I have no intention of getting rid of it. So there's no chance that we will not get not be able to open stuff in the chest. So I have no problem getting rid of all my keys because literally the only thing keys are good for I get for free right now. So let's go ahead and explore, and we'll see what we can do. Our damage is so good that our spiders are typically just going to make new spiders. What's this? Jera. Ooh, we're going to hold on to that. Instant kill off our spiders, apparently, on bosses. I like that. What's going on in here? Oh, man, I wish I had some way to get... I wish I had, like... some way to abuse the fact that he exists. We're going to have a reroll, so we're just going to go ahead and go around. I may have to blow that one up. I'm hoping I don't have to, but I may have to blow that one up because we don't have enough keys to support 2 key beggars. Speaking of keys, unfortunately, we will not be going to fight Mega Satan. Let's go ahead and reroll both of those. Little Gish is okay. We'll reroll the Book of, or Telepathy for Dummies. Doing pretty good, so it's not going to be one of those super breaking runs, but our damage is really excellent. We kill basically anything in one hit, and when we kill it, we get spiders. So that's working out pretty well. We also get bombs and scents. Really wish we could use the scents for something. We're going to get at least 8 items on the chest. That's assuming as well that I don't somehow out of my ass pull a blank card. Because you never know. I could do it. I've done weirder things. Bad gas, that's right. Okay, unfortunately, we're probably not going to get enough keys to make that key beggar actually worthwhile. This could be good, though. We have a lot of money. We could make this okay. I'd like to at least get a little bit of like spirit hearts, something like that. And we have pretty good luck. I mean, it's not anything amazing, but our luck is pretty okay. Looks like we're going to get one more reroll, so we're going to be able to go reroll the telepathy for dummies. Nothing's going to come, of course, of the deal with the devil, because we're on womb part 2, well, utero 2 in this case. And you can't actually get anything out of the deal with the devil here. Some spirit hearts. I really expected that we'd be getting better rewards from this, because we do have better luck. We took at least 2 or 3 luck up pills. That would be kind of cool, but I don't think I want it. Okay, we have a couple good stuff. We do. We have a couple of spirit hearts here. I could double all of this, but it's not worth it. Now, if this thing gives me another Jera card, or Jera, which actually there is a possibility that could happen. Stars doesn't do anything for us. The only thing I might want to do is if it gives me... Okay, so that's some more keys. If it gave me a couple more of those, I'd be pleased. But it's pretty unlikely. Definitely don't want the whipworm. We want our Ipecac shots to stay basically where they're at now. They might go a little bit too far already. Nope. Just trying to see if it'll give me a judgment card. That's basically all I'm looking for here. Doesn't look like we're going to get one, though. We did. Okay. Let's go ahead and drop this over here. Okay. We got a judgment. Let's see if we get another one. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and Jera up the judgment card. It's a decent idea. Use the first one. It's demon judgment. I'm okay with this. What I don't understand is why we're not getting That's terrible. I don't really understand why we weren't getting Polaroid invincibility. Must be because I have a full red heart instead of a half red heart. But there's no way I can fix that. Follow the dog. That's a new one. Well, looks like that's going to be it for us. That's fine. These are all the hearts I need to actually beat the game. As you can see, nothing's going to happen here. Let's go ahead and go re-roll that thing back here. Do I feel worried at all that I only have 4 hearts? No, not really, because what I really have is 13 hearts. I have 9 lives. We're going to be fine. Any boss that we fight is pretty much... Yeah, we're fine. Anything? Damn. That could have been concerning. Was really hoping for another devil judgment. So we have the mind, we have the body. Unfortunately, we didn't get the spirit. But you never know. We still have a couple floors to go. 2 floors to get the spirit and have the Holy Trinity. Could be good. God, our spiders are so good. Like, they instant kill. And I think when a spider gets a kill, it still gives me another spider. Don't quote me on that. I might be wrong. I probably am wrong. God, the fact that we got I really wish that we had gotten Guppy's tail. Now keep in mind, there's still a chance that we could get Guppy's tail in the potential near future. There's nothing saying that we can't, certainly. Let's go ahead and go in here. Really? You're just gonna give me stuff like this? The Pact, really? Sure. It's not Guppy's tail, but I'll take it. We could still get it. Like, there's still ways. Like, we're getting a lot of chests. We could get red chests somewhere on here. There is a, there's a trap room back there. There's a Judgment right here who could give me a Joker card, for example, to a deal with the devil that has something. Lover's card, not so much. Come on. No, you want to give me something. Damn. Okay, well, I can reroll that. What's going on in here? Anything cool? Anybody want to give me something? Fine. I will use bombs to do this, even though bombs are kind of frightening. Magician Judgment. Neat. Damn, stop giving me this judgment. Give me the Dark Judgment. The one that gives me good stuff.deck. Come on. No, don't give me bombs. Give me Nun's Habit. I'll be back for you, buddy. Luckily, we're going to get plenty of money. Thanks to that one item we have. That gives us plenty of money. The coin purse. Coin bag. Whatever it's called. So we're going to have plenty of money. We're going to be able to play the Judgments for a good long time. Hey, look, I'm going to kill the spiders with my spiders. One more room will allow for a reroll. What's going on in here? Neat. Okay, let's go ahead and actually... We're not going to have another reroll available to us. Damn. This is basically exactly what I didn't want. Come on. I mean, Black Bean's not terrible. It's an on-hit effect, so if I get hit, it actually does something. But it's not good. It's not what I was looking for. We're gonna get one more reroll on this floor, because I was wrong. I miscounted. Did I only get one pill out of that? It's a little bit unusual. Typically, you get 2 pills. Okay, so we got plenty of keys, so if we see a key beggar... Did I go to this secret room? No, I did not. Damn. I was really hoping for a key beggar. Would you look at all these goddamn blue spiders? And we didn't even get... if we had gotten a hive mind, you don't even know, man. Like, this would have been... Thing is, these things do 4 times our damage. Our damage is stupid. These things do 4 times it. That's fantastic. These things will very likely one-shot Isaac, which is awesome. Well, that's gonna... Yeah, I'm not doing that. I would rather go and play the other Judgment. Yeah, let's go play the other Judgment. He might not pay out in 11 cents. There's a chance that he won't, which would suck. I already got him to pay out. That's right. He paid out. That's right. He paid out in the Black Bean. We will get a reroll. I'm just trying to decide if I want to use it on the book or if I want to just go to the chest. I think we're just going to go to the chest. We have spent a lot of time doing stuff. We're just gonna go. Okay. Now, it doesn't matter that we have, like, no keys, because we're gonna do this. Okay, we will get Capricorn, because it's an all-stats upgrade. We'll get Midas Touch. We will get Dead Onion, because... reasons. We're not gonna take Abel. I have so much HP. That gave us another slowdown to our, They gave us a slowdown to our tiers, which means our tiers are a little bit more controllable. Ow. Oh god, it look horrific. I am not winning any beauty pageants. Does anybody even still, like... Do people actually still care about beauty pageants in this day and age? I know, like, Little Miss Sunshine and all that, but is that legit? Like, is that real? Because it's just a level of bullshit that I can't even begin to describe. I'm not interested. It's just beauty pageants are so weird. Like they shouldn't exist. I don't understand why do we put such a heavy focus on the concept of beauty? Yes, biological imperative and sex and all that stuff. I get it. Is that it? Are we really that shallow? Is that really how shallow we are as a species? That we're gonna do shit like that, like beauty pageants? That's the entire point. Like, have we not reached a point where we should be focusing on intelligence? I mean, I'm just thinking about it. Like, if we really talk about it, like, if we're talking about biological imperative, okay, let's do it. Strong and beautiful, while, you know, important, lately, it's smart. That's the thing that needs to be, like, that your kid needs to be, that, you know, people aspire to. So why are we not having smart pageants? Like, the idea of the quiz bowl is apparently looked down upon a little bit, but you'd think that that would be the thing, you know? That smart would rule it all. It doesn't, apparently, and I don't understand that. Not smart enough, apparently. Yeah, it's weird. I don't get it. Why would this not be something you'd aspire to be? And instead of having, you know, little girls aspire to be, like, amazingly intelligent women, we get, I really want to be basically the next porn star. With that thought, folks, I will leave you, and I'll see y'all next time.